crashed or they just got dumped and they had to walk home. Or, it's never just some rando coming home with groceries from Walmart. It's like, hey, look. It's always some stupidness.
Okay, but to be fair, if some rando was coming home with groceries from Walmart, the lizard man could carry the groceries into their house and they wouldn't really know too much. I'm just saying.
I shop at Walmart, sir.
So do I. That's why I'm saying it. After dealing with everybody at Walmart, you want to carry my stuff in? Go for it, scaly guy. Maybe you should get something for your skin. At that point, I'm done with people. I'm ready to have a brownie and relax.
There you go.
It's like,
you ever drink Bailey's from a stew?
It's like there's people that shop at Walmart because of the value and they're okay. There's nothing wrong with those people. And then there's the Walmart people. And they are
Walmart Karens are almost one of the worst.
And they are a tribe unto themselves. But as I was saying, the first guy to see it, he'd had a flat tire. He was parked under the only street light for miles, and he hears this noise. Well, he's just finished his tire, and this noise is getting closer, and that's when he sees, holy crap, there's some big thing down there coming this way. I'm going to get in the car. And no sooner has he shut the door and locked it than this thing is on the hood of his car going, rah, rah, and trying to, get in. And so he turns on the car and he starts driving away, and the thing takes a swipe at his...
Also, very convenient that somehow he just managed to go, oh no, there's something coming. Let's get in the car and lock the door and take off. You know, I wasn't just out here for 25 minutes changing a flat tire.
So, but long story short, too late. It tore apart the fender, right? And so he took it to the police. Hey, I got attacked, and they did see the claw marks on the fender. That is actually some of the best evidence, because the cops were able to go, you know what? That's not coyote. That's not local. I don't know what made those marks, but it wasn't anything that I've seen. And so that really was the best
Fucking
sighting.
ex-girlfriend, sorry.
Language. Are you drunk?
Sorry.
I think she's drunk.
I should be drunk after the day I had, gosh darn it.
Yes, you should. You know, I have half a brownie in there. You could go and...
Yeah, I've got to go get our daughter from
drive.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Also, last week when I got high, I got a broken toe.
That's funny, except it's not. See, okay, I got to tell you the story. We just told it on the last episode, but it's worth hearing. So, she'd had half of one of my brownies, which this particular batch, one of my brownies, you will talk to God. You will talk to God for at least an hour. I mean, you are suddenly finding yourself, whoa, where am I? I'm not in my home. Oh, this must be heaven. I mean, they're that potent, right?
You're dead.
So she had half of one because I eat these things on a nightly basis. We eat them once every few months. So she had half of one because she doesn't do well with all of that THC. And she was tired, so she went to sleep. Well, while she's sleeping, mind you, I'm playing a video game. I'm looking over, I'm rubbing on her leg every so often, but other than that, I'm not touching her. All of a sudden, she sits up with this whimper, right? And she tells me she just had a dream where this demon grabbed her toe and broke it. And she could hear it and feel it snap. And at the time, I thought, okay, that's a really vivid dream, but she is high, so I'm like, it's just a dream, you'll be okay. So I finished playing.
2 hours later, I wake up and go to the bathroom, and I have a black and blue stripe across the end of that toe. By the time I woke up the next day, it was completely black and blue, swollen, misshapen. It literally was completely snapped at that top knuckle of my toe. And I had been asleep in bed completely still at the time.
Yeah, she would.
Were you speaking Latin in this dream?
I don't know what the hell I was speaking, but man, something evil got a hold of me.
So, yeah, creepy, right?
I mean, yeah, so who's stuck with the medical bill here? Because, like,
I didn't go anywhere. It was a toe.
Yeah, they can't even really splint your toe if you break it.
oh, yeah, no, I broke my toe one time and didn't even go to the doctor because my dad was
Yeah, no, I didn't.
They're going to look at you and they're going to go, yeah, it's broke, you know, you just go home. So I just stayed at home and saved $700.
Yep.
Stay off your toe.
Yeah, that's
So
that.
wear shoes for like 3 days, you'll be good.
Yeah.
Because somebody called me a bitch one time.
So,
Called you a bitch, and you're just reaching out.
No.
I can't say I'm standing first on my
so the skateboard swamp monster, ever since then, the town has embraced it. And I want to say the town's name is like Lexington or something. Off the top of my head, I don't
there is
remember.
a Lexington here, so you're probably right. It sounds like a Lexington type thing.
But anyway, so the town has embraced it. They've got a museum, but it's still seen from time to time. But it's just like the most recent sighting, I want to say it was in 2015, and basically it's a woman coming out of church who saw the skateboard swamp monster. Now, what I want to know is, was he in church with her, or was like she'd come out and go, "Oh, look, he's there fixing my car."
Skateboard? Is that what you said?
So, I just... Do I believe in the swamp monster? I want to. I really want to. Because I would love to...
Oh, man, you know, all of the cryptids I want to. Like, I want every single one of them to be real.
But I can't find enough evidence to go, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's absolutely...
Well, so I have a question. You said, that, like, the cops or whatever...
92 miles.
Holy shit, to Lexington or to the Lizard Man Museum?
I don't know where that is, but Lexington is 92 miles.
Oh, Lexington is 92 miles from me. But,
Cool, go visit. Tell me what you think.
I was telling him to look at the Lizard Man Museum in Lexington, but,
And I don't know if it's strictly a Lizard Man museum or just like the county museum with a lot of stuff about the Lizard Man in it.
The county museum.
Oh, hang on, we there's some Lizard Man stuff. Oh, yeah.
92 miles.
Oh no, but I was asking. So you had said that like the cops or whatever have looked at the car, the fender, you know, and they were like, "Well, this is nothing we've ever seen before." Is that did they keep the fenders where now people could look at it and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, well that's a fucking liger because thank you Napoleon Dynamite a liger and now a liger is a real fucking animal."
I don't know. That's a great question, but I don't know. I didn't look at what the museum has. If I were that museum director, I would definitely want that.
I would look for other people to look at these marks and see, because obviously whoever the hell lives in Lexington doesn't know what's going on. Like, why did that person
Well, you know, you live next to the Scape or swamp, which... I don't know that I'd live anywhere near that place. Like, it just, you know, just the history alone would make me, you know, let's go move near the ore swamp. Not necessarily the Scape part, just the ore swamp.
at all? Like, I feel like every swamp has a history. We just might not know about it.
That could be true.
Probably true.
Yeah, swamps are for weirdos. We should get shirts made that just say swamps are for weirdos.
That sounds like a good shirt. We should make that a thing.
Whichever one gets to it first can have it. How about that? So that's the Lizard Man, and he's probably the best known South Carolina cryptid. But he's not my favorite. Now, my favorite, well, we'll get to my favorite. But next up, I got to talk about something just because I have never encountered one of these for real before. Like, okay. I've never encountered one of these for real before, and that is the Thunderbird.
I don't even even know what this is. I saw where this was in your notes, and I, on purpose, did not research this because I want you to explain to me what a Thunderbird is.
Yeah, I thought a Thunderbird was like an 80s car that...
And I know that there is a report right here in Pickens County.
Okay.
Thunderbird is also a drink that you can buy at a gas station, but I'm assuming that's...
In this case, a cryptid, the cryptid Thunderbird, it was actually cited originally, the place that became South Carolina, the Native Americans who lived there reported multiple sightings of this creature. A Thunderbird is like a giant raptor. And when I say raptor, I'm talking hawk or eagle. It is a giant bird. Their wingspans have been like supposedly up to 40 feet or something like that. So it's this massive...
They call her Coatl, which is a 30-foot pterodactyl type
Is that the same thing?
Yep.
Oh, I know about that.
I love that. That's one of my favorite. There's a book series I read that has that demon in it. It's called Anita Blake, but it's Coatl, and it is amazingly just creepy. Just the thing that it's real.
I didn't know that was the same thing.
But, yeah, it's like a big ass pterodactyl thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Thunderbird supposedly, they were called that because their wings, if they were close enough to you while they were flapping them, the sound was like thunder. It was like wha-bam, wha-bam. That's just the buffeting from their wings, which I think is fascinating because one of the things we talk about on this show that it is kind of a thing for me is that the Native Americans in most places talked about how there were two worlds. There was the world they knew, and then there was a much bigger world that they didn't want to fall into.
We talked about this in the episode with Rice.
Yes.
It's called Astral Plane, and they astral project. Also, one of my other favorite books.
Well, see, my theory has become that there's, just because recently scientists said that, like, some of the black holes that open, they think are not black holes, but these bubbles that open in space are multiverses forming, different universes in different dimensions. And if that's the case, then that larger world could be another dimension. And things like Bigfoot and what we think of as UFOs could be there. And so if you fall into that world, it's nothing you know. And it's inhabited by things you don't know very well. And so the chances of you getting out of it probably aren't great. Which would also explain the missing 411. But it's why I like my theory. It ties a lot of stuff together. But, so, yeah, the Thunderbird has been seen in South Carolina since it was populated almost exclusively by Native Americans. But it is still seen to this day, and that's what freaks me out. Now, it's not seen often, but multiple people have reported what they call a giant eagle in the skies over South Carolina.
So I found a 2013 report of it being seen in Pickens County, which is literally right where we're at right now. We're in Pickens. We're in Pickens County right now. And what they said is that it looks like a pterodactyl with a wingspan of 12 to 15 feet, and the wings are leathery with no feathers.
Yeah, which is unusual because most of the time...
Like old lady, like skin. Yeah, like any kind of monster.
If you took
like bat.
Okay, if you took a bat and took all the fur off their face and stuff.
Or like Rodan.
A big lizard.
If you watch Godzilla movies, Rodan. Like Rodan.
Yeah. Or a big hairless cat.
I don't want to see that.
Nobody does.
Now, but it's odd because in most other places where I've encountered the Thunderbird, it's like a big eagle. It's like an eagle with a 20-foot wingspan. It's like this massive creature. And that's why they think some of them are condors. And I'm like, there's no way you can confuse a condor with an eagle. Not if you're sober.
They are absolutely not. They are hard on gas skin.
Mom says no offense.
So, but yeah, the one in South Carolina is supposed to be pterodactyl-ish. This big reptilian bird. which is one of the things I dig about it, because it is unusual even for what it is.